There's been a lot of talk in the e-commerce community over the last year about selling on Walmart, and that is because I think a lot of sellers have got a bit tired of selling on Amazon. You know, it's been getting really competitive, and also Amazon's support services for sellers is less than ideal, let's be honest. And Walmart have seen that gap in the market and have decided they want to start also opening up their marketplace to sellers from other countries. You know, previously, Walmart only let people sell on the Walmart platform if they were either from the US or had a US based entity. Now this was really restrictive before, and it stopped people from other countries such as the UK, like me, from selling on the platform. But what they've done now is they've opened up Walmart selling to the UK. And this is great news for people like us because it means that we can start selling our products in America in exactly the same way as we've previously been using Amazon FBA. And this is really good news because Walmart is a huge company. In fact, it is the biggest company in the world. It's larger than Amazon, and it has the world's biggest distribution network. It has 2.3 million employees or associates, they call them in Walmart. And 90% of US shoppers in the last year shopped on Walmart. Now that is an absolutely staggering number. 90% of all American shoppers shopped at Walmart at least once. So as you can see, it is a really, really big opportunity for sellers because, you know, at the moment, there's not as many sellers on there as there are on Amazon. In this video, we're going to go through the 5-step process for how you can get set up on Walmart as a British person. So let's jump in. So a few weeks ago, I was invited by Walmart to a sellers summit in London. And in that meeting, we went through the step-by-step process for how British people can get set up. We went through the reasons why they're looking for British people to get set up, and we went through their plan. And I have to say, it's really exciting, all the things they've got planned for British people to sell on Walmart. Now, the reason they want British people to sell on there, they say, is that they love British brands. They think British brands have got loads to offer the Walmart marketplace and US sellers. And they see it as maybe a stepping stone to maybe opening up to other countries as well. Now, Walmart don't currently plan on selling their products to other countries. So it's not like Amazon where they plan on opening a EU market or a Australian market. They're still only going to be selling to American sellers, but I don't really see that as a problem. For me, America is my biggest market by a long way. Like nearly 90% of my sales come from America. It's a huge market. Americans love buying stuff. You know, I'm never going to stop people buying stuff if it ends up with me getting money. But yeah, they only want to be selling in America, but they want more sellers from other countries. So this is great news for sellers like you and me who aren't from America. But before we go into the 5-step process, let's have a quick look at the differences between Amazon and Walmart. So Walmart have their thing called Walmart Fulfillment Services, or WFS for short, and it's a bit like Amazon's FBA. And essentially it's the same thing. Like, you send your products to Walmart and they store it in their warehouses and then they ship it to their customers. Now, Walmart's customers are called Walmart Plus customers, and they're essentially the same as Amazon Prime's customers. And there's loads of them. And Walmart customers are actually very loyal to the Walmart brands and preferring to shop there than any other brand. Now, it's exactly the same as FBA. You pay a fulfillment fee to Walmart, and then you also pay a referral fee for the sale. Now, for most of the categories, the referral fee is about the same. It's about 15%. The Walmart Fulfillment Services fees work out as roughly the same as the FBA fees. Now, if you want to hear more about a review, of in-depth review of the two platforms, subscribe to my channel now, because in the next video, I'm going to be going through exactly what Walmart told me are the differences between Amazon FBA and Walmart, and we'll be breaking down the differences in the costs. So subscribe and click notifications and you'll hear about that in the next video. But another benefit of selling on Walmart is you actually have access to Walmart's stores. And by that, I mean customers can return their products to Walmart stores. Now, you might be thinking, why is the returns process a benefit for me as a seller? Well, firstly, having a great returns process is one of the big reasons a lot of shoppers trust a particular store in order to shop there. But secondly, if customers can return their products to store, there's a much higher chance of them being returned in a sellable condition. This means that you can have a much higher chance of getting your products back onto the shelves to be sold to another customer. Now, this is great news for sellers, where, you know, on Amazon, a lot of my products come back damaged and then just get shipped out again, and then they get returned again. It can become a bit of an endless circle. So with Walmart, that should get reduced a little bit. But the first thing you need to do in step number 1 for the application process is you need to prepare all your documentation. Now, firstly, you need a unique unique tax reference or a UTR and your company registration number from Companies House. You should have already prepared some of this stuff from when you got signed up to Amazon, so you might already have it. But if not, go to Companies House and get some of this information. So you need your company registration, your UTR. You're also going to need a W8BEN form. Now this form is showing the American government where you pay your tax, and you'll need to complete this form and send it in. Now Walmart actually do have an example of what that form looks like here. So once you get into the application process, you can select which form you need to fill in, but it's the W8BEN form you're going to need. Then you're also going to need all the information about your company. Now realistically, you should know this information. This is all the stuff that you should know about your company already, but you should have it from when you did your Amazon FBA application. The next thing you're going to need is proof of identity. Walmart also asks for a utilities bill and also a bank statement. Now both of these documents are just so that Walmart can prove that you are who you say you are. They are very strict about understanding who all the sellers are on their platform, as they want to keep the platform secure. So just get these documents. Make sure that you have both the documents in the same name. Like on Amazon, for example, they're really strict about your names matching on the documentation. So just make sure that your names match, and that should be perfect. I don't know how strict Walmart are, but you're better off just doing it right the first time. Now the second part of the application process is you need a warehouse or a 3PL in order to take returns. Now if you're not based in the US, then you'll need a third-party warehouse or a 3PL in order to take returns. Another thing you can do is if you're just going to be using Walmart fulfillment services, you won't need to have a returns warehouse. But if you plan on just like drip feeding some of your products into Walmart, you are going to need an address so that customers can send their products back. So just make sure you've got either 3PL or you're just going to be using Walmart fulfillment services. Remember, you might have some restrictions on how much stock you can send in, exactly like Amazon. So just make sure that you are checking that before you just order 10,000 units and assume you can just send it straight into Walmart. Now the third part of the application process is your partner profile. Now your partner profile is a bit like your store page or your public profile on Amazon. Now in this part, you only need to upload a few bits at first. So you need to upload your logo, your company information, and also your shipping settings. But you need to do this during your application process. As you can see during the application process, as you get further along, one of the options is your shipping and operations. Now this is where you have to upload your partner profile and choose what your shipping and operations are going to be. So this is where you'll enter either you're a 3PL or you're going to use Walmart fulfillment services. This part is pretty self-explanatory to fill out. It's just make sure you do it now. You can update this part a bit later, so it's not super important that you get everything exactly how you want it to appear to the customers later on, but you do want to get it as good as possible because you save yourself a job for later. Now part number 4 is the integrations. Now integrations is just what Walmart's call the stock uploading. So you've got 4 options here, but only 3 are really going to be relevant for most of you here. And the first one you've got is API integrations. Now an API is basically an interface that speaks to 2 programs, and this is where you can connect your stock levels in one program into Walmart's program. Now, this is great if you've got a technical support team or you've got a large catalog. Personally, I think that's going to be much too complicated for most companies. Like for most companies, especially the people who are watching my sort of YouTube channels, you're going to be looking at either single item ad or the bulk upload. Now, single item ad is a bit like in FBA when you use the wizard to upload a product. And bulk upload is a bit like when you're using a flat file. So, if you've got a few products, like maybe less than 10, a single item ad is probably your quickest option. If you're doing more than that, maybe think about using the bulk upload. The Excel spreadsheets can be a bit fiddly to use. Personally, I don't like using that much. I prefer to just use the wizard if I can, but it is a bit quicker once you've got lots of products because you can copy and paste it from your own database. And then you've got what's called a solutions provider. To be honest, if you're at the stage when you can be using a solutions provider, you probably aren't needing me in this video. You can probably just pay someone to upload your products all for you. And the solutions provider is really for very big companies. And then the 5th step is what is called the launch. Now, the launch is basically what Walmart call the approval service. So as soon as you've completed all of your checklist items, so you've gone through the application process, you've filled in all your information, and you've confirmed your checklist, as Walmart are talking about here, then you are able to launch. And that's when you're basically able to go live and make your listings look really pretty and start uploading everything properly. And Walmart will approve your documentation by going through it, making sure your documents all match, making sure it's all correct, and then they will send you a message to say you've been approved to sell on Walmart. And that's it. So once you've done your launch, that means you're ready to start selling on Walmart. Now, Walmart have opened up to British first because they say they want to have these brands which they think Britain has, at least that's what they said they want, to open up on the American market and to start making their market a bit more competitive. Now, they've said they're looking for a few different things from their sellers. Now, firstly, they're looking for experienced sellers. So they're not really looking for brand new beginners, but if you've already got one product selling on Amazon, that should be enough experience for you to get going. They've also said what they want is a compelling customer catalog. Now, I think this just means they want interesting products with great pricing, but you know, if you have been following along with some of my videos, you should have interesting products with great pricing. And then the last part is they want exceptional customer service. Now, they say they're going to be quite strict about their customer service. But to be honest, if you're using the Walmart fulfillment services, you can just rely on Walmart's service to do that for you. If you are using a 3PL, make sure that it's really, really geared up for sending products in on time and having their 2-day fulfillment, which is one of the requirements for selling on the platform. So that's it. So if you fit all of these categories I've just talked about and you're a good seller, then Walmart could be a really good option for you. Now, in the next video, I'm going to go through a much more in-depth video all about the differences between Amazon FBA and comparing the prices and looking more in-depth at that sort of opportunity. So if that's something that you think will be interesting, click subscribe and hit the notifications and you'll hear about that in the next video. But I hope you found that interesting. I'm really excited about the Walmart opportunity. I'll be giving regular updates on here about how my Walmart journey is going and what my sales have been like compared to Amazon. I think it's really exciting. I think it will open up my products to a brand new marketplace that I really didn't know about before. So I'm hoping that it's going to be really successful and I'll keep you all updated. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting and I will see you on the next video.